Hello everyone, I'm your wonderful host Fontaman and welcome back to World of Warplanes. Now, as an aside to the Grindfest here, some events have been happening, namely World of Warplanes' 4th anniversary, as you can see by this very nice scenic hangar. They even have a band. I'm not sure what the gong is for though, someone's gonna have to tell me about the gong, but whatever. Another point of interest here is this new plane we have in front of us, available for a limited time only. It is the Illusion IL-1 multi-role fighter, which is essentially a fighter variant of the IL-10, or rather, what the IL-10 was developed off of. What it is essentially, well, it's an upgraded IL-2, but class as a fighter. This thing looks interesting, and I'm gonna give it a try, because there's also something else going on, and that is the 4th anniversary special, which can give us a very special plane. Now, where is it? Right, here. The Premium I-207-4, which is essentially an iShack, but a Chaika. It is a Chode Chaika, if you will. Yes? But it's easy to get, and I decided, well, why not make a video series about it, and also the IL-1 at the same time. See, I know how to manage a show around here. Kind of. But, in order to get the I-207, we need to destroy 10 enemy aircraft in any number of battles, earn 15,000 combat points in any number of battles, and win 5 battles. Not in a row, but just, well, win 5 battles. And be the top 5 player, one of the top 5 players on your team. This is all very easy. It's kind of strangely easy. They're giving us a free plane. Granted, it's tier 3, I believe. But, well, this seems simple enough. So, that's what we're gonna do today. But let's have a look at the IL-1 first. Now, we got a free pilot with a free skill. Yeah, we'll keep him this way. But I suppose we could pull over our Lieutenant from the IL, well, actually, not the IL, the Yak-9. I'm getting the design bureaus mixed up, but that's him. And let's see here, aircraft specifications, that's what I want to do, right? The maneuverability of this thing, because it is a fighter, even though Snorviks are perfectly good fighters. And turn time, 10 seconds, that's actually not bad. The highest turn time you're going to get is about 8 seconds, and that's what you're... Those are the best turn fighters in the game. Those are the Yak-1 and Yak-3, I believe, and also the Zeros. But this isn't turn time as in turning time. It's turn time by just holding down the rudder and turning horizontally. So, it's not exactly the, the banking turns, but it's a good indicator of how well an aircraft will actually turn anyway. Roll rate is also important for that. This is actually fairly good stats. The speed in comparison to the Yak-9, for example, which doesn't have the engines, but let's have a look here. It's actually pretty much on par. The Yak-9's a little faster, but yeah. Slightly higher dive speed. Well, it's basically lower in every capacity, but it has a slower small speed, and it has a faster rate of climb, which is actually incredibly shocking. This is not what I expected out of this plane. I was expecting this thing to be, well... It's an IL-1, or actually, an IL-2, but a fighter. But actually, this seems fairly well off in terms of maneuverability and speed, in terms of, at least, along with the Yak-9. Now, the gun armament is, well, it's got 2 bombs and 2 cannons. Now, let's see here. Upgrades, right. The 23 VYAs. Actually, I would have figured this would have gone with the 20mm armament that is on the IL-10, the Noodly Mans, because one of the selling points of that plane, and if you played War Thunder, is the fact that it has 4 cannons. The only problem is they don't really do much. But we've got, well, 740 meters of effective range with 110 damage a second, 390 rate of fire. I don't have terrible amounts of perception on how rate of fire really affects the actual, well, the damage output. But, well, that seems perfectly fine. Fairly good engagement range for a fighter that, while it's not the most fast thing in the sky, it's not the fastest thing in the sky, it's at least maneuverable. And we have 2, well, fabbed 100 bombs. Those are 100 kilogram bombs, so they are 200 to 250 pound bombs. It's a multi-role fighter. It lacks the Aleutian killing power in terms of ground attack, but 2 bombs for a multi-role fighter is pretty par for the course. Now, we're going to slap some equipment on this thing. So, well, concealing library. Hey, actually does get concealing library? That's funny. Then again, the Act 9, does the Act 9 get concealing library? It does, right, that's multi-role fighters. Multi-role fighters and ground attack planes get that. I hadn't actually realized that, but let's see what else we've got here. We've got your standard assortment, polish, so we can go a little bit faster. Radiator, apparently this thing also has a long boost as well. So, what I'm gonna do here is, well, it seems this thing's only really deficient in speed. So, but I'm not exactly sure. So we're gonna play 1 game with it, and then we'll see what we can manage here. It is fairly late at night, but, well...
The servers are filled with bots anyway, so the queue should be fine.
One of the bonuses of playing a game that has been dead for its, well, the vast majority of its lifespan. It always runs. The bots never go to sleep. But, with that said, let's go off on our little adventure here, shall we? Okay, Scorching Sands. Fairly balanced map, and there has been an update since I last played, so things will be a little bit different. Apparently they've done what I wanted them to do, and they reduced the impact of air-to-air play and increased emphasis on ground attack planes capturing points. Which is slightly bad for me going down the fighter line, but we'll see how it really affects the gameplay as I get back into the Grindfest in terms of recording. That's still got a couple of episodes to go out before it actually gets up to date. I was actually waiting just for that to run out a little bit, just so I can be more up to date with it. Because one of the bad things about doing a series like that is that, yeah, I can play for 6 hours, and that's plenty of content. However, if anything happens between, you know, the couple of weeks of content that gives me, I'm going to be behind pretty substantially. So, this thing is actually fairly speedy, really. So I'm going to drop these bombs over here. We light the way for our ground attack players, and now we should be in range of this boomerang now. If I can actually get some fucking hit markers on him. Or rather, hit at all. Well, we gotta kill him and capture the base. This thing... It kind of feels like it's about to be an IL-2 in terms of turning power, but then it just kind of has a way more power underneath it. Which is nice. I like this. Not exactly the most effective thing I've ever flown, I don't think. Then again, I haven't flown very many things in my short World of Warplanes career. However, this is enjoyable in terms of, well, just being comfortable for a Tier 6 plane. We doesn't have the ridiculous one-shot cannon of the Yaks, but, well, it seems like the guns are doing fine. So, let's see if we can get another kill in here. Swarm in with the boomerangs. We're not gonna outmaneuver, or maybe we will. Hang on here. Well, he didn't maneuver, so he's dead. It also seems like the cannons take a fairly long time to actually overheat as well, and that is a player Spitfire. Haha! You rammed me, but I am Sturmovik! Get back here, Britbong. Well, I helped, and we captured the base. The bombs seem to rearm really quickly on this thing as well, too. Another bonus. Okay, let's scoot down here and actually repair, if it will actually let me. There's a cooldown depending on what's happening. If there's somebody around, it won't actually let me repair. But this is the structure you need to be flying around to repair. And there it goes. It's really finicky. It's dependent on a timer in terms of activity, whether or not you've fired, and if there's enemies in a certain range that the repair for the air bases actually, whatchamacallit, comes into effect. And it can be thrown out of whack by things like a bomber flying overhead at an altitude you can't really get up to really screw with him. It's kind of annoying, but, well, at least there's an option to repair. Okay. So, it seems like, in terms of a usability thing, it might be better to outfit this thing for speed, which, well, it is something with Sturmovik blood that I am attempting to fit with speed. This sounds very, very strange, yet amazingly patriotic. So let's take a couple of whacks at these duck bots. Seems like the damage output is okay. We're losing in terms of cap points right now, but it's still pretty early in the game. Slow. Yeah, these guns take about 50 years to overheat, so at least there's that. You don't got many guns, but they do seem to hit fairly hard, and you can sit there and shoot them all day. So, I find this balance acceptable. Took me a while to get flying start, but then again, we're kind of lazing around a little bit here. Okay, what's that? That is the ground attack plane, but let's get this yak first, who is on fire and rolling. Get back here, bot. Someone's gonna get him, or rather the fire got him. Oh, there's another Sturmovik. Hello! I didn't get that kill, though. Alright, so we need to break out of this if we're actually gonna win this game, though. We do need wins. We don't need to win games in a row, but we do need wins. But, yeah, we're doing pretty okay on combat points, though that Spitfire is beating us. I will not have this. I must prove the worth of my $20 purchase. Okay, so this is actually almost completely blown out, so bombs in the hole. See, this is very comfortable. I like this. There's that Spitfire. The ducks. Again. The mighty ducks. 210, huh? Oh, look, an alpha tester. You can keep running, but I'm going to get you. That's one of the problem with heavy fighters. Their strength is that they can run away with boost, but honestly, a lot of the times I find myself in a situation kind of like that guy, where I can't actually run away before the enemy kills me, even when I have full health. What? Brakes! Brakes! Hey, Duck, could you speed up a little bit? Just a little bit? Yeah, thank you. I still got that kill even though I didn't get the final blow, but whatever. Picked up a very quick one right there. Dead!
Hang in there. You'll soon be cut off from support. I say again,
and
support will not be available.
There's that, and we have won this point, so we are now at an advantage. Even, like, I barely was paying attention in my blood-coated rage. My eyeballs, they were only seeing red, but it was not communist red, it was enemy red. My berserker rage clouded my vision from seeing that I was in fact doing a good job. It's a happy accident. And, so far this is seeming worth the purchase for, well, a $20 tier 6 premium.
There's a heavy storm here. Unable to proceed.
There's the squall line.
Do you copy?
Excuse me, coming up. I didn't get that kill, but whatever. 11,000 combat points. Could you not ram into me? You'll come off worse in this engagement. Okay, the boomerangs are coming back in. Okay. This is a cluster of bases that I could take out, so, bomb away. Very good! All going very swimmingly. Something is shooting at me, though. I believe it is a boomerang. Oh, no, that's a player. Ah, it's a bot, but you know what I mean. I seem to have run out of teammates, though. This is actually quite a shame. Ah, there's that fucker. Well, might be where I meet my end, because I wasn't paying attention. Oh, no! Well, I think I've secured enough for my team to win, though. So let's hang around a bit.
Way to go! Victory is close!
That's kind of the thing with this game. It's kind of unfortunate, but if you stand in an action, like, your team, depending on the bots, really, it's a combination between the players and the bots, because sometimes the bots will do it and sometimes the players will do it. But if the entire team stands in an action, you can't actually really do anything. Like, even when you start to actually push forward, you'll quickly run out of planes because no one's coming to reinforce the planes that are actually attacking. We managed to take out the first base, or rather the center base, pretty quickly, but as for right now, everybody's just kind of flying around on the defensive. I think it's part of the bots' programming, because they don't want to immediately win, because why would they want to do that? And the fact that I don't think, actually all of the players on my team are actually dead. Ah. Oh well. By the looks of things, we're still going to win, and I got more points than that Spitfire, so... Yes! Experimental fighter Sturmovik is glorious success. Yes, yes. So, we're just gonna sit here and wait. However, we did lose that point. Uh-oh. Yeah. But what's the... It's 2,800. So, we do have a lead. However, this could spin back and hurt us pretty easily. And they could also kill everyone on our team. This could also be a problem of how we lose. And the bots will obviously fly directly into combat with reckless abandon, because they are bots and they do not care. Well, there goes another teammate. This might be a little close here. Especially since we only have 2 teammates left. One of them is standing on the airfield, so I think he'll survive. So I don't think we're gonna go out by losing teammates. Wait. There it is.
Victory is ours! We're waiting for your return.
What is this? Winged Legend. Awarded for earning at least 14,000 combat points in a single bat. That's a new medal. Well, look at that, 14,000 combat points. How about that shit? Actually, that's the thing. We had a requirement for getting 15,000. I got that almost in one game, if I had survived. I would have gotten it in one game, so there's that. See? This is very easy work for a free premium plane. Good thing I bought a actual premium plane. They still got money out of me, but it's still fun. Okay. So, that was a very, very good round. Also, I got 9 kills. One more. You see, I just fell short. It would have been perfect. Would have been absolutely perfect, but I guess we're gonna have to play more games. Oh well. Also, I forgot to put on pilot training, but then again, I might not keep this pilot. But, well, we'll leave it as it is for now, because honestly, just examining the plane on its own merits. This is a good thing. But, yeah, there were mostly bots in that game, but pretty head and shoulders above most of the people in the game. Me and that Spitfire were basically duking it out, but I came out on top. He got more, well, he got more ranks than me. He was more multi-role than me, but, well, I was multi-role enough to win game. Efficient, yes. Okay, so, that went well, and I think the thing, you see, I already bought it, jackass. Alright, so the thing that I noticed here is that, well, the gun armament is perfectly fine. The speed could use a bit of enhancement, though. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to equip more speed. So we're going to put on engine tuning, and we're going to put on aircraft polish. And what else can we do? It'd be nice if we could use concealing livery. That's, that would make us lose a little bit less hit points. But I think that, lightweight airframe would also do as well, because 3% better turning in every axis. So that works out, and also for service. We're going to put on the standard loadout that I found is probably the most effective. That is reinforced control surfaces, control surface trim, and pneumatic restarter. Because while getting set on fire is rather inconvenient, it's also kind of rare. Most of the things that I've noticed while I'm playing the game is the fact that your wings will get shot out, and your engine will be shot out. Fire is kind of rare, but these are the two things that you will consistently get more than anything else. So, as I found, this is the, I suppose, the optimum loadout for fighters. But, there's all that, and additionally, we're going to accelerate crew training for our pilot here. Stanislav Kazyanenko. Okay. Butchering, but I'm trying to learn the names of my Soviet heroes. Okay, so. Well, that's almost done, but we still got quite a bit to do. Still gotta win 4 more games, and we still gotta get a handful of kills and combat points. So, let's continue on, shall we? Okay, once again, scorching sand. There's a mining plant on this.
Attention! You are entering the zone controlled by the enemy.
This is where our multi-role capability may, in fact, factor into our victory, because the mining plant is actually harder to capture now. Because, like I said in the first game, they have reduced the amount of capture points you get by killing planes, if I remember correctly, but there were a lot of changes. I didn't actually see all of the patch notes, though. But they have changed it so that it's far more difficult to rule the skies as a fighter, and there's a little bit more emphasis on ground attack. I'm not exactly sure if they've increased any bonuses that the ground attack players get, but they've at least tuned down the fighters. So, this should lead to a more balanced game, and actually longer and more rewarding games as well.
Get ready for action. Let's go.
Okay, so, also, we do have a 15-second boost, which is actually quite nice as well. Didn't notice that the first time. Most aircraft have an 8 to 5-second boost, at least fighters do, which means that you're going to deplete it fairly quickly. But it looks like the majority of my team is going for the straight for the fucking mining facility, so we're going to go in there too. We can help. Okay, so, as for what we can bomb, I see, well, that's already taken care of, but we can splash some things here. So, I'm not sure if the blast radius is going to get that, but we'll see. Okay, there's only one of those left, so we're going to turn back around and then go pick at those ground attack planes. But somebody already got it. Good, good. Well, we have the advantage. Okay. Big fat Ju-88. I don't want to get in front of that gun, no. But that's a much more threatening target there. What is that? P-51. It's a Mustang. I've got the range to fuck with them, but let's see if I got the accuracy. There's someone behind me as well. That's bad.
Good job, pilot. Now we control the plant.
Good. Have the plant? Yeah, you keep fucking rolling, I'll get you eventually. Fucking... they overheated. Ah! Oh no, he got away, but he turned right back into my range. Well played, bot, well played. So the accuracy could also use some adjustment, I suppose. Right in the fucking sun. But they are fairly reliable guns if you can hit the damn target. Whoa, roll! Whoops. Not responsive in that kind of a tight maneuver, though. That was my own problem. That was my own fault, though. Target fixation! What's that? I don't know, says Fonto. Sounds dangerous. Oh well, it's early in the game, I can afford to die, but, well, that sent us back over there pretty heavily, though. Okay, so what's the timer? We gotta hold that for a minute to get that big, insurmountable lead, but we might not be able to. And it looks like the other team has captured the airbase, so we might have a problem! How many players do we have to worry about on the enemy team? We got one, and then... I guess that's it, one. Okay, I gotta get in there and... Uh-oh. That's a problem. Alright, now we gotta back off, because that ain't gonna work. It's filled with enemy planes, and the timer's up, so anything we do in there, completely worthless. Best thing we can do is fly over here, and try and score some points capturing the base. Let's see if we can get this P-47 to fly into the base, so that I can kill him. But, unfortunately, Well, now we got ourselves in a pretty terrible situation. Well, that flew back in my face pretty quickly. Well, he's dead. However, we're gonna be dead if we don't sort this shit out. Alright. This is a low-altitude plane, but, well, let's see if we can get some altitude on this. Though, as you can see, I've already reached optimum altitude. This thing does not play well at this altitude. Or rather, play it well with altitude at all. Okay, so... it is still a Sturmovik. However, these are now outside of the range of the capture point, so they're not gonna fucking do anything if I kill them. Gotta wait till he comes back in. That's annoying. And even the boomerangs know.
Push harder.
Yeah, I think we've lost this. Probably down to maybe me fucking up and killing myself, but, yeah, also my team of bots also did not manage to accomplish really anything at all. Well, we're not going to win this, but at least the plane is still fun.
Is concentrating near the plant.
I got most of the other things that I needed.
Attention, all aircraft. Fall back and regroup.
Ugh. That was bad. Moving on swiftly. But, well, I got 2 of the things that I needed. I got the combat points, and I got the kills, so, well, we didn't walk out of there completely empty-handed. Alright, so we got very, very nice things. You know, some consumables, it's very nice, even though I still do not like the fact that the consumables are, well, archaic in comparison to the rest of the games in this trio. World of Warships and World of Tanks are considerably more advanced in terms of everything in the hangar versus this game, but that makes sense because this game was kind of sitting in a corner languishing for 4 years, 5 years, somewhere around that kind of time frame. But, well, as I've been saying over and over again, now is the time to make the game better. But let's see here. As you can see here, we didn't get a win, but we have 2 out of the 3 missions, or rather, objectives for Birthday Cake, and that is our I-207. So, let's just continue onwards. We have to win 4 more games. Shouldn't be too bad, though. As I said, it's a nice plane.